Alrighty, welcome in everyone. Thanks so much all for stopping by here. By the way, tonight never done a sports talk show before, so I'm gonna let you guys in the chat kind of like drive it here tonight. But welcome in everyone for stopping by here before the stream got started off. We welcome you all in here. This has been quite the 48 hours or so. Really been quite 48 hours with all the news and everything that's just been going down, and it's just been absolutely crazy. Like, never in my life have I ever like seen anything like go down like this. Like cancellations, like the entire sports world being canceled like altogether. Basically, it's absolutely crazy what's gone down here within the past like 48 hours or so. So welcome all on the stream. Ryan putting out his coronavirus update for his area, Maine today. Ooh, 6 confirmed cases for him. One of them in Hollis, the town right next to me, man. Dude, this is just it's just really scary here, but we're gonna all come together and we're gonna all live through it here. Let's all be strong. Let's all come together, and hopefully we all make it through very fine. Ryan puts out that the classes will be online, but yeah, tomorrow we got the weekend, so and his birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday, Ryan. He's got his birthday tomorrow. We're going off to the weekend as well. Hey, welcome in, Techie800. Thanks so much for stopping by here. Alex putting out, Yahoo.com tweeting, the Balaga market should be coming in at around 12 million per year for Balaga there. Yeah, Lexi, I'm in the same boat. Basically, everybody as well. I hear you, Lex. Oh, I'm gonna for you guys that I promised that I would give mods on for Selection Sunday. I'm gonna hit you guys up on the blue wrench right now. We have a couple of people in here that wasn't a part, but yeah, feel free to drive the conversation, everybody over here, either Sportscaster or YouTube here tonight. But when the news broke yesterday, it was around like I think like the afternoon. I first heard it around like 4:30 p.m. Dude, it was crushing with the March Madness tournament. Like all that work that I did throughout the season, building up the hype for you guys, and it just didn't happen. It was just so sad. All Ohio schools are canceled for 3 weeks. It's a good amount of states now. Yeah, Vegas Vic's putting out he has April vacation next week. Next week, so no more April vacation because Gina Raimondo. Not too many people were happy with Governor of Rhode Island Gina Raimondo uh, moving up. Well, not having April vacation anymore. Yeah, I heard that, Sam. Sam putting out here, Boston schools are closed for 6 weeks. That is crazy. Yeah. So this is according to post here on Twitter. According to the Boston Police Department 51 minutes ago, Boston schools will be closed to about April 27th. That is absolutely crazy. April 27th, Boston public schools is supposed to reopen. It's just, man. I know Techie 800. It's just so sad here. It's unfortunate. Hey, welcome in, Cushman. Thanks so much for stopping by here. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, Vegas Fix. Really want to see Providence make it into the tournament. Lex has a wrench as well. But yeah, it's crushing here. It's crushing, especially for the seniors. I feel for the seniors here that were supposed to play during March Madness. And if I miss any of the seniors, there's so many of them, feel free to shout them out. I'm going to name some of them, though. Cassius Winston of Michigan State. I feel for these guys. Miles Palisade and Hall. Marcus Howard of Marquette. Udoka Azubuike of Kansas. Peyton Pritchard of Oregon. Alpha Diallo and Lawan Pipkins, both from Providence, and they were heating up right at the right time. Xavier Simpson and John Teskey from Michigan. Anthony Cowan from Maryland. Sam Merrill for Utah State, and it wasn't even a week ago where he had himself one hell of a game against the San Diego State. But yeah, Kush, I feel for you, dude. Hey, welcome in here, MTG. Yeah, MTG wrote out to me in the comments yesterday. I really feel for Cassius as well. I just named like the seniors, like a couple of them or so. Nate Sestina from Kentucky, as Landon's in the chat right now. Yeah, I hope they should be able to stay. That would be really nice if they're able to stay. Hey, thank you so much for the dono, my man. I don't know anymore. I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, I feel like the seniors gotta stay. Like, they didn't play a full year, so I think what's going on right now with with the college sports is that they're granting eligibility next year for spring sports, but they didn't have any specifications for any of the winter sports, which is basketball there. So so we have no clue yet, like, depending on the statements today coming out, what was going on with, like, basketball. If the seniors can play again for next season, I have no clue what's going to happen there. But they granted eligibility to, yeah, so Raptor put it out here. So NCAA may allow current seniors to play one more season for all winter and spring sports. Okay, interesting, because I read up, I heard spring, so they have passed for spring already. They haven't done winter yet. Basketball qualifies as a winter sport, so I really do hope, fingers crossed, that these seniors, Cassius Winston, Miles Powell, Marcus Howard, especially Marcus Howard, because he was going after like a point record or so for like college basketball for Marcus Howard and Marquette, that if the seniors are able to be a part of next season, there's a good chance that he'll be back. Azubuike for Kansas, Peyton Pritchard, just goes down the whole list here. Yep, Lexi part of the Blue Rent squad here, Army Rent squad, as we hit her up on the wrench. Hey, welcome in here, Edwin. Yep, his high school got canceled here too. Ultimate Champ putting out. And Jaladin, welcome in here. And all that deuce once again. Yeah, so they have looked at eligibility, Ryan putting out for seniors of winter and spring sports. That's good right there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that they'll be able to pass the winter sports too. Yeah, it's crazy, Jason's breaks. Like, craziest 48 hours I've ever, like, witnessed in my entire life or so. Hey, welcome in Brayton here. Brayton has been part of the channel for a while, so I'm actually gonna hit you up on that too, my man. So there you go, bud. Part of the squad as well for Brayton here. So welcome in to the mod squad for him. Yeah, Vegas Vix, dude. I was ready to see Providence. I wanted them to be on a tear. Lawan Pipkins was coming off some massive games. Like, the last game, they just finished on such a high note against DePaul at the dunk. That was, what a way to finish it off. Just crazy how they were able to crush them. And then all this stuff just went down like this, just super fast at a rapid pace, man. Never in my life I've seen like something like this. Jaladin getting 3 weeks off from school. Yeah, there's quite a good amount of schools that's like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks or so as far as like school cancellations. Boston's canceled for the next like month and a half or so. That's absolutely crazy. Landon putting out, he'll be happy to have Emmanuel Quickly back. As Quickly's a sophomore, hopefully. He'll be back for Landon. He'll be happy if he's back at Kentucky next year instead of going to the draft. Hey, welcome in, Cody here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Jason, once again, my man. We'll go over a couple other things here as well. So we got quite a lot of questions here. Oh, cool. MTG's playing MLB The Show right now. Yeah, video games is keeping a lot of you guys up or so with non-sports related things going on right now. Jack, hey, welcome here. Jack is back on the channel. How about Kentucky being announced SEC champs without playing the game he puts like that? I feel like there's been a couple conferences that's done that. Florida State was announced the ACC champions. I didn't look up and see what else. I'm assuming clear cut the champion should be for the A10 Dayton for sure, but I was taking a look at something. There was something that the NCAA thought about doing a 16-team bracket about a week ago, but that did not pass there. That would have been a lot of controversy if they were able to play a 16-team bracket instead of the usual 68 with the 4 playing games to 64 and then so on. Alex Pannell, if eligibility changes, VCU have a combined 15 men's and women's basketball true and redshirt seniors. Yeah, VCU will have a bunch of seniors on their team for next season. They were one of my favorites to win the Atlantic 10. Them and Davison, I thought, would be able to be on top of the Atlantic 10. Dayton just came out of nowhere this year, which I'll talk about surprises and stuff maybe like a little bit later. THG, his classes got canceled for half of this week, and for the rest of the semester he has online learning only. A lot of these colleges, like basically like almost every single one now in the U.S. has like shut their doors or so, and they've just put spring break to be much longer. Ryan's school is closed on Monday in an attempt for teachers to learn how to teach students online instead of the teachers classes online. So it'll be weird to see teachers online instead of person. Yeah, that's a first right there. That is quite gonna be quite something for sure. This is gonna be just man, like these type of times. Yep, Wisconsin at the Big Ten. MTG is putting out here. Landon will miss Nick Richards and Higgins and Maxey. Yeah, most likely they'll probably go to the draft, but what a season they had. It's just unfortunate for all these players that it had to end up really short like this. Yep, Lex, Florida State was given the ACC title. I actually saw the title that they were given. Yeah, it's online homework. So some of the schools don't even have like a plan or so to do like any homework or anything. Like I don't know what they're going to be doing like in the future because they don't have like any online plan. Like I know like a school that's close to me that I don't think they have like any online plan. I think they're supposed to close for like next week, and then after that they have no clue if they'll be back or what's going on. I don't know anymore. Putting out mobile game for a college basketball coach if anybody feels sad about March Madness being canceled. I was watching like a video game simulation today that somebody put out. Is the what if the NBA Finals were canceled video game simulation. As the 7 seed, the Dallas Mavericks in this video game simulation won on a full court shot buzzer beater against the Milwaukee Bucks. That was pretty cool there. Hey, there's my man John. What is up here? Thanks so much for stopping by. Basically, it's just hanging out here tonight with everybody, talking about whatever's up on your mind. Hawkeye fan here. Welcome back on the channel as well. Talking about URI. Guess no URI to the Final Four like he predicted. It's unfortunate. It hurts for a lot of these teams. The teams that suffer the most, you guys can, if there's anybody that I miss, most likely, because there's 353 of them, but these are the teams, in my opinion, that suffered the most this year from no tournament. The Dayton Flyers, they suffered the most. They should have been the #1 seed for the first time ever in school history. They were on a record pace this year. They were off to incredible things, and it would have been awesome to see Obi Toppin versus Luka Garza for Player of the Year. Dayton versus Iowa there with Luka Garza. That would have been awesome because it was those two that were clear cuts going up for each other for Player of the Year. It was absolutely crazy. Vaughn here, he's been watching the news lately. Man, I just can't. It's all on one topic. You just can't move anywhere elsewhere or so. It's all on one topic right now, and it's a lot of panic. But let's all make this through together, everybody. Just stay strong, everyone, and we'll bring each other together here. John from Off the Wall Hockey, my man here, just edited 6 videos for the next few days. Yeah, it's lonely without sports. Like the only thing that was on today, I think on ESPN, was like bowling. Besides like breaking news all day. Hey, welcome Jordan Hamilton. Thanks so much for stopping by here, as well. So I'm gonna talk about a couple other things. Here as well. Yeah, Ryan, man, for the Dayton Flyers. I feel for Ryan too because he was so strong on Dayton winning the national championship. Obi Toppin, we'll never see Obi Toppin or Luka Garza get National Player of the Year, but maybe next year for Luka Garza. But for Obi Toppin, looks like he's gonna be a part of the NBA next season. Yes, I saw the comment on the post from yesterday, Lex. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome in here, Triet. Puts out size here. Yeah, it's crazy 48 hours that, like, nobody in the world could have, like, ever witnessed. Absolutely insane. So the first team that I feel the most for, I just pointed out, the Dayton Flyers. Second team here that I feel the most for will be San Diego State. They had an incredible season, too, for San Diego State, despite losing in the Mountain West Tournament Final. The third team that I really feel for here is Rutgers. Back in January, So yeah, back in January, I had published a video about Rutgers and how this season they would have a legitimate chance to make the NCAA tournament. Well, last Saturday, they won at Purdue, which thought their dreams would have been made true, but unfortunately, no. It's a crusher for Rutgers, and the streak continues that they still have without being a part of the NCAA tournament since 1991. Yes, Vegas Vic's, UCLA especially, UCLA and Providence are in the same boat. I can even put Texas there. Bryson putting out Kentucky as well, as they were on a hot streak. Every single team basically. But yeah, UCLA and Providence, complete turnarounds from like the first part of the season. UCLA had lost to, I think it was Cal State Northridge. They had lost to back in non-conference play early back in the season. Providence had lost 3 straight games to Charleston, Long Beach State, and then there was another one in there against a mid-major school. They had also lost against Northwestern back like early in the season, and both of those teams just came out of nowhere. Second portion of the year, Pac-12 play for UCLA, Big East, Providence just teared it apart, and both of those teams would have been in the spot to make the tournaments, but it's just unfortunate everything that's gone down here. Hey, welcome in, Seb here. Thanks so much for stopping by, Seb. This has just been an absolutely terrible year. It's been unfortunate. What happened to LSU? All that Deuce putting out. Yeah, LSU would have been in the tournament. They probably would have been a 9 seed, but they most likely would have been in the tournament. It's unfortunate for everyone. Other teams here, Penn State had a great year. So Penn State is another one that is unfortunate for them because they're not really a team that makes it to the tournament a lot. I feel really bad for this team. Where my girlfriend went to college, Boston University, they had won their first Patriot League title, and the last team to clinch a March Madness bid back on Wednesday night to win the Patriot League by 3 over Colgate. And no Boston University in the tournament. And I'm not even sure like when we'll be able to see BU the next time in the tournament because they're usually known to be a hockey school. They're not known to be a basketball school. So it might be a long time. Same as Hofstra. That's another one. Hofstra had not been to the tournament since 2001. That was their last tournament for 2001. And I feel for Hofstra as well. Same as all the mid-majors that were, like, good. That had a chance to make it, like, on a Cinderella run. East Tennessee State, Stephen F. Austin, and Liberty. Those teams would have made possible Cinderella runs into the tournaments. Who do I think would have won the tournament here for college basketball? Ooh, I'm going to go in the title game. I would have had Michigan State. I would have Michigan State. They were in a hot streak. My heart feels heavy for Cassius. That's another one. I had named his name first year for the senior the most. He was like the preseason possible player of the year for Cassius Winston. I would have gone with Michigan State in the title game against Florida State, and then I would have had Kentucky in the Final Four with Kansas as well. So that would have been my Final Four, and then and Dayton would have been in the Elite Eights. Yep. I don't know anymore. Sees those drumsticks maybe sometime. Yep. I'm actually, yeah. I actually do watch BU quite a while with my girlfriend, but yeah, I'm actually a BU fan too. I'm more like I grew up watching Providence and URI for college basketball, but yes, I was rooting for BU to make it into the tournament and for me to cover a tournament game, but it's just too bad everything that's gone down here in 2020 like this. Lex sees the Coke bottle in the background. That actually has my last name on it. What are my thoughts about Ohio State? I think they could have made the tournament really far if they had played it out. Probably Elite 8 as well for Ohio State. That's where I probably would have had them because they were a good team this year. They had a lot of chemistry too with the Wesson brothers. Pretty good balance this season for the Buckeyes. And they were a good three-point shooting team as well. They had multiple three-point shooting threats. Do I think do I think all of 2020 should be canceled? Not yet. I wouldn't pull the plug on all of 2020 right now because we're only through the third. We're only into like almost halfway through the third month here. We still got 9 more months to go basically for 2020. But I wouldn't pull the plug on all sports for the year 2020. That would be absolutely devastating. Like, that would be a crusher here. At least the weather's getting warm, especially where I live. That's good. So I'm able to go outside. So it's not like we're snowed in over here. It's like downpouring rain and nobody has anything to do except watch TV and there's no sports on. It's just going to be so weird. It's going to be so weird without any sports on. Hey, welcome in here. Seth, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by. How long until the NBA comes back? Right now, they're thinking about at the end of the month to coming back, but we have no clue yet. Boston Public Schools, I think it's outrageous. Boston Public Schools canceled all the way to, like, April, let's see, I'm going to get that date for you guys, all the way to April 27th. So, not the end of this month, but the end of next month, which is absolutely crazy. My last name is on my sportscaster thing, so it's actually Lopez, which is my last name. Yeah, at least 30 days. So it doesn't look too well right now. And also it's basically all the sports. Major League Baseball, they're thinking about starting up around, I think it's like April 9th for Major League Baseball. The NFL season won't be affected. So that's the thing about the NFL season. The XFL has canceled out their season, which is too bad for the XFL because it was on the verge to becoming a great football league, and just the curse once again happens. Last year with the AAF, this year entire sports go down, and the only thing that's basically televised is bowling. That's basically what was televised today. This has just been a terrible season, but we're all gonna get it through here together, and before you know it, we're gonna all just rally around each other, and hopefully time just flies by and we'll be right into the tournament all together, happy and healthy, and we'll see the best tournament ever hopefully in 2021. That's what I really do hope so. Ryan putting out the school has canceled all the big gatherings in sports for the spring. Yeah, that's the big thing there. That's the big thing there about this virus, is that you have to cancel out all, like, major gatherings of, like, over, like, 200 people or more, basically. Like, all major gatherings, because that's how that stuff spreads. That's why they were debating to play in empty arenas. Vaughn School is 100% going to be closed before these school districts around California shutting down schools for a few weeks. Oh, wow, the schools haven't even shut down in California, Vaughn's put in here. Some of the states are mandatory to shut down, and California, Washington, and Oregon, those are the 3 worst impacted states right now. My heart goes out to every single person living in those 3 states, because it's really bad out there as far as the numbers. But here are all the states that's closed now. All schools to be closed at the moment: Ohio, Maryland, Oregon, New Mexico, Michigan, West Virginia, Virginia, Louisiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Washington, and Alabama. I don't even think Alabama has a single case in their states. There's, I think, them, and I think, like, North Dakota and Idaho. They don't have a single case right now. And then major cities like San Francisco, San Diego, Washington, D.C., Austin, Texas. Boston is closed all the way to April 27th, which is just absolutely crazy. I don't know what they're going to do for schooling. Yeah, I really do hope so, Alex, that the XFL is able to recover from this. I have no clue what the impacts are going to be as far as, like, how their league's going to operate here just by shutting down, like, what the pay and things are going to be there for the XFL, but that's something that they will have to figure out. The Magic Mike DVD on my shelf he puts out over here for Hawkeye Nation. Seb is back on the channel, so welcome back. Hey, welcome in, Brian here. Oh, so that's encouraging. So he puts out China's basketball league is about to resume, and we were far less impacted. So hoping to get some NBA games and finals. That'd be awesome. So yeah, so hopefully we're able to get back to basketball or so around like mid-April or something like that. Like when the playoffs were supposed to start, hopefully we'll play some regular season games. The games will go on later. That's what my hope is. If we're able to stop this from happening. And then the NBA is thinking about pushing back, like, the basketball season, like, ending, like, towards, like, July or so. I don't know what they would do for like a series if they would keep it to a 7-game series, because I've always felt that like the NBA, like NBA playoffs, was like a little bit too much long to watch there for the NBA playoffs, because like the 7-game series is, I feel like some of the series could be cut down to like 3 or so for like playoff series, in my opinion, because then the NBA playoffs goes for like about like 2 months or so, so that's what they could possibly do there, is to cut down the series. Who do I think would have won the College World Series for baseball? I actually don't watch like a lot of baseball or so, Brayton. I would probably pick like a team from the SEC or so. Usually there's been a lot of good SEC schools, so that's where I would have probably picked a team there to win the College World Series. But I've just never like followed college baseball. Who's my favorite Major League Baseball team? It's the Red Sox, since I'm from Massachusetts. Unfortunately, the stuff with Alex Cora, we're gonna put that in the past, but. One of the things we won't see from Major League Baseball here is Houston Astros players getting beaned by pitches for about a month or so, so we won't be seeing that. What am I planning to post? I'm planning to post a couple of videos. Also, Jason here yesterday put up a great idea. He put in the comment section yesterday about us doing like rewinds of games, like play-by-play to like old games back from like the day and everything. So this is something that I'm strongly considering here. Braden putting out, so Florida, because they're ranked #1 for College World Series. Yeah, most likely one of those good baseball teams. Probably either Florida or Vanderbilt would have probably won. I'm not sure how like good Oregon State is, but I remember that they used to be really good. Yep, Jason here wants me to do it. So, yeah, I really want to do this here, guys, with, like, streams with everybody. So, what I was thinking is doing, like, because I was trying to find, like, full games today from, like, YouTube that I'm able to, like, call the games from, like, the past with you guys. So, I was taking a look at, like, the dates of these games and when they happened. So this is my plan. I wrote down like a whole like list of games, and I'm gonna do like an anniversary from the day that it actually happened. So so for example, March 15th, which is in 2 days, is the 2-year anniversary of Loyola Chicago versus Miami in the first round. So I'm going to do a throwback college basketball games to the day that they were played back on their anniversary. So, yeah, that will be awesome to put a poll in the community tab, so you guys can vote on this stuff. So I have some really good games here in mind. I know Jason had one, 1998 Kentucky with a comeback versus Duke. The anniversary of that one will be March 22nd. So that would be 22 years there. 22-year anniversary of Kentucky versus Duke from March 22nd. So that's not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So this is something that I'm really want to do with you guys to keep everybody engaged here and able to keep the play-by-play going, which would be absolutely awesome here. Oh, welcome in prime time, my man. Here, I'm gonna scroll up because I missed a couple of things here. Well, junior season wrapped up, man. I feel for you guys, all the athletes as well, all the student athletes. I feel for everyone who worked so hard this season. It's just unfortunate. Bryson, welcome here, Bryson again. One of his friends, 5-star baseball player, and he is just a freshman. He is putting out that is awesome. It's unfortunate that he won't be playing this season, but hopefully they'll grant everybody like an extra like season of eligibility because of this. Christian Plays, man, thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, this whole thing is just unfortunate. I've never seen like anything like this before. Let's see, everyone, I don't know anymore, puts out, he has an idea. Make a tournament in the NBA 2K20, 2K Mobile, NBA Live Mobile. You can also play other games such as Madden, FIFA, bunch of games here, Rocket League, MLB, NHL, that's cool, dude. UCF against Duke 2019. I don't know anymore. Put out here. I actually covered that game last year. I'm gonna do games that I've never covered before. So one of them, the best game that I never covered before, was Virginia versus Purdue. I never covered that game, and March 30th will be the 1-year anniversary of Virginia versus Purdue back from the 2019 Elite Eight. So that's another one that I really want to do. Another one I was looking up today was the 1996 Final Four with UMass versus Kentucky. I've never called play-by-play of a UMass game before, being from the state of Massachusetts. That'd be something that'd be absolute blaster to do, and it's Coach Cal going up against his team that he coaches here right now with Kentucky, that he was coaching before at UMass, so that'll be really interesting to call as well. So I got a lot of good games on mind. I know somebody brought up to me, I think it was I don't know anymore, to do Villanova versus North Carolina. That would be absolutely awesome if I was able to cover like the anniversary of that game as well, to call play-by-play. That would be so cool. Jake here, my man, asking me how old I am. I am 24, by the way, so I'm 24. Yep, 98, Kentucky, winning it all. But yeah, these are, give a nice shout out here to Jason for the recommendation, because this is awesome that he asked me to do. But the first one that I do plan to do would be on Sunday. It would be Loyola of Chicago versus Miami, and this is the 2-year anniversary of the Cinderella there with Loyola Chicago, though, but their first round game against Miami, where they beat them with a second remaining. So I actually didn't cover that game, and I didn't even have a YouTube channel 2 years ago, since we're only like a year in, just over a year in with a YouTube channel. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to doing. Oh, Duke, Kentucky, Christian Laettner, buzzer beater. I think I got that on my list here of one to do. Yup, 1992. It will be the 28th year anniversary. So yeah, if you guys have anything, let me know. I can write it down here. Let's see, Michigan, Kansas. Trey Burke. I'll write that down. So Michigan versus Kansas. Hey, welcome in to Odeon. Thanks so much for stopping by. Michael Jordan. So I'll put that down. Michael Jordan. Tournament game. Some of them are going to be interesting. I have to find if there's like a YouTube video to go along with it. And, things like that. Some of them will be interesting because there's like no scoreboard like back in the 80s games. Like, NC State versus Houston. Like, there's no scoreboard back in the 80s games. They only like update it like every couple minutes or so. But it's not like they don't have the scoreboard running on the bottom of the screen like today's basketball world. But yeah, if anybody would like me to do like a throwback from the past for like an NCAA tournament game, feel free. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that was one that somebody pointed out too. UMBC versus Virginia. I think the 2 years of that is on Monday. That'd be a cool one to do for sure, as we made history. Kobe's 81-point game. I'll put that down if we can find the full game to that. This is so helpful though, everybody. This is awesome here, everyone. Hey, welcome in, Bradley, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, guys, feel free to check out the Discord as well. All that Deuce puts out, let's send me great sports moments to critique. That'd be pretty cool too. That'd be pretty cool to do. Yeah, that's a good topic right now, since we're basically talking about like sports moments here. One of the things I was thinking about was like one of the first moments I remember, kind of like from I was back in middle school. So I was back in middle school here when I remember this moment. I think it was in 2010. It was one of the biggest upsets at the time in college basketball. Yet UMBC versus Virginia, the biggest upset of today in college basketball. But this one was pretty big. Northern Iowa versus Kansas back in 2010. I remember that one. That was crazy. That came, 3 years before Florida Gulf Coast versus March Madness. And Tim Duncan's last game. I'll write all these down here that we got requests for. This is awesome. 2012 National Championship game, 2019. I'm probably going to do games that I've never done before, since I did 2019 last year. One of them I really want to do is Duke versus Butler back in 2010. That's one I really want to do. Can I do Gonzaga versus Tennessee? I'll see if I can, I can see if I can dig that one up. I had something about Gonzaga. It was, Gonzaga versus UCLA, I think, with Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson, gotta get some, classic Gus Johnson from the past on there. That we had going on with him calling the game. He's my favorite play-by-play guy. I wish he was able to, cover the games for the tournament, but now he's working for Fox Sports for college. But he covered the Providence game, so that was awesome. We covered that a few weeks ago. NFL too. I'm just gonna do basketball for this channel, so I'm just gonna focus on the basketball channel here, since this is the one that's basically monetized right now. Notre Dame against Kentucky 2015. Corey puts out here. Had a lot of good games. I was trying to find some of the games. I couldn't find them, though. I couldn't find Vanderbilt versus Murray State back in, like, 2011, I think, around there. I couldn't find Morehead State with an upset over Louisville. I couldn't find, like, a good amount of games. Texas A&M against Northern Iowa. That's a really good one. I was taking a look at that today, the 12-point comeback. I actually couldn't find that one. I couldn't find Northern Iowa versus Texas, the full game either, where Jesperson hit the buzzer beater. But it seems like a lot of these, like, college basketball games, Northern Iowa has been, like, the part of, like, an upset or so for, like, this, like, not, since we're in 2020, the last decade for Northern Iowa. Florida against Wisconsin, 2017. It's a lot of good games. A lot of good games to keep us through the month, so this is pretty cool. Yeah, Michigan State versus Duke. That was a blast last year, MTG. That was my favorite game to cover last year. Norfolk State versus Missouri. I remember that tournament, 2012. I remember I had picked Missouri to go all the way and rip to Missouri that year. Yep, Middle Tennessee against Michigan State. It was 2016. That was a huge shock. I remember when Wichita State was undefeated. They lost to Kentucky in the second round. Duke versus Kentucky. Boulder Vaughn putting back out. Christian Laettner, the shot there from 94. That would be awesome to cover that. There was one other. Valpo against Ole Miss. I think I'm going to put that one. Valpo, yep, Texas A&M to come back against Northern Iowa. I'm going to put Valpo versus Ole Miss. I think that game took place like sometime today, like around today or so. That it's from 1998, but I remember playing like the college basketball classics with Valpo versus Ole Miss in the video game, and that was like basically impossible to do. Oh, cool. So Tennessee versus Gonzaga. There's a full video for. I'll put that down there, Cody. That's awesome. So as long as there's like a full video to call, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't even think there's a full game for Middle Tennessee versus Michigan State. So I don't think there's a full game for that one, actually. But yeah, Florida Gulf Coast versus Georgetown. I remember I was like a junior. Yeah, I was a junior in high school during that time, and I remember the upsets. I came home from my baseball practice during that day, and I remember watching the end of that game, coming home from baseball practice. It was ridiculous that day. I think it was like 80 degrees out. We had a massive heat wave like in the middle of March that year. Ooh, worst NCAA bracket pick ever for everybody. Mine on two separate occasions. 2012 with Missouri, making it all the way, and they lost to the first round of Norfolk State. And the following year, I think it was 2013, when I picked Louisville to go all the way. I think they were a 4 seed, and they had lost to Morehead State in the first round. So those are two right there. Oh, Corey picked Iowa State to go to the national championship game when they lost to UAB. That was a major upset. I'm trying to remember here upsets. Feel free to bring back like classic upsets that you guys had in the past. Oh, here's one. Georgia State winning against Baylor. I remember that one. I think that was 2015. Georgia State beat Baylor. R.J. Hunter got the game-winning shot. Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin a couple of times. I think they beat West Virginia. I remember Marshall, I think it was 2 years ago, Marshall just chucking up threes and draining them down as they won against Wichita State. Yep, Duke versus Mercer or Lehigh. I remember coming home my senior year of high school. Yep, senior year of high school 2014. And watching the end of Duke versus Mercer. That was crazy. That would be pretty cool to react to the best March Madness moments of all time. That would be pretty cool as well. VCU's run. That was quite the time. Hey, welcome in here, Isaac, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud. VCU's run was absolutely crazy as an 11 seed. LeBron's cave versus the Celtics. It's a lot of good stuff here that we have for like classic memories. Yep, I remember Murray State versus Vanderbilt. That was on the same day. I don't know anymore. I think that Princeton took on Kentucky, and it was such a close game during that one. Kentucky managed to squeak it out by 1 against Princeton. Louisville against Moorhead. Oh, that was 2011. There, not a good day for Bradley. Yeah, I thought Louisville would make it all the way. Oh, so it used to be Philip Lindsay. Awesome. So this is Isaac here. Thanks so much for stopping by while I show the game. I can't because of copyright still. Yeah, WWE. I'm gonna take a look at that because they have their contract with Fox. I'm gonna take a look at that right now. Cody putting out they're still doing their show tonight. I think MMA is on as well. Yep, the 4-point shot against VCU. I remember that. That was insane. Stephen F. Austin won that game. Let's see. See about SmackDown here tonight. This is gonna be. I wonder what the TV stations are doing. Yeah, SmackDown is on. Oh my gosh, they got fans in the arena and everything right now for SmackDown. So they're actually doing SmackDown tonight in front of fans in the arena. That is crazy. That is a mass gathering right there with full bodily contact to each other. It's not going to go well. Jeez. Do I like The Simpsons? Yeah, I used to watch The Simpsons quite a bit when I was younger. I've watched McNutta's highlights. Haven't been able to get to that yet here, but maybe actually WWE Chamber from last Sunday. So this isn't live. So I'm looking at this right now. It's actually not live right now with WWE tonight. I was gonna say, I was like, what? I was like, what in the world? But yeah, I don't know any of these wrestlers, to be honest. I haven't watched SmackDown in ages. Yeah, even tonight the shows aren't allowing fans. Ryan putting out here. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, they all aren't allowing fans on to their game shows. It's all over the place. I don't even know like what's on TV. I think there's like UFC this weekend on like ESPN. There was bowling today. I think there's cornhole, but I think that's it as far as like sports right now. But yeah, it's gonna be cool to call some retro games for you guys. It's gonna be awesome here. I don't know any of these guys to do a SmackDown stream. That would be quite interesting. Oh, Jacob put he thought I could show past games. Yeah, I can't show past games because I think the channel will get taken down for like copyright. Because yeah, better be safe than sorry. I think if I uploaded like highlight clips and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able. I wouldn't. I think YouTube would take down the channel for like anything with like showing the game. So I would have to call the game from like the past. I would put on here how this is like a rerun from the past, that this is like not the actual like live game, even though it'll be a live stream for you guys because I'll be watching the game and calling it during that time. So it'll be a stream. South Carolina's 2017 epic run. Corey putting out here. That's another one. They did it as a 7 seed to the tournament. That's another one. If I can find a South Carolina from 2017, if there's any good games out there, that could be another one that I could do. Hey, welcome into Sports Boy, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, we reached 1K about like last month or so. I appreciate my man. Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by here. But yeah, it's gonna be quite just quite different. Quite different what the world will be here. But it gives me something to do. Oh yeah, Ryan putting it out here. I can post highlights like 30 seconds, like what he does as well. I'm probably not gonna do any highlights just to be better safe than sorry. I was thinking about some of the topics that I could do here in the off season. Yes, so it is true. Unfortunately, it's really sad, Sports Boy, but March Madness has been canceled. It's so sad. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. The first time the tournament's never been held since like 1939. Wow, this dude uploaded a full World Series game, got over 400,000 viewers on that. That's insane. Raptor watching a classic ACC tournament game, Virginia Tech versus UNC back in 2008. Whoa. Hey, welcome McNuddis here, as he is in here as well. LeBron's Cavaliers versus the Celtics during one of the games he puts out here. A lot of good matchups. Hey, welcome, Mike here on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by as well. But yeah, I got a couple of topics here I want to do for what went on throughout the season. One of them is like the surprising teams of college basketball. I want to do a video on that for like the teams that surprised me this year. I also wanted to do a teams for the disappointing teams. Once we have coaching changes, we've had a couple today, a lot of them from mid-major conferences though, so there's been a couple coaching changes that's happened today. Once we have like a further update of the coaching changes, I might do a video on that. Also, I'll do a video of like all the teams that's never made like March Madness before. I think there's like 43 of them that's never made March Madness. So I'll do a video on all the teams that's never made March Madness before. And also a video about the teams that could make March Madness for next year. I got a couple of them right now. They really do think that next season they can make March Madness. Oklahoma State could make it in. Also, St. Louis is bringing back a lot of their players for next year, so I think they could be strong next season. Also, Syracuse should be really good next year. And also, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had their 1-year ban. This year, they finished with a record of 17-14. They had a great like last 2 weeks or so in the ACC, so that's another team that could possibly make it to the tournament for like the first time in a long time next season. North Carolina, Kentucky, Elite 8. I don't know any more puts out here. So many good matchups we've had here. Hey, welcome in. NBA Finals 4-0. Yes, let's pray here for 2020 that everybody will be through here safe and we can all get this through this together, everyone. Ben Dover, welcome in. Ben Dover, thanks so much for stopping by as well. Let's get the same picture as Mike Oxlong, I guess. Oh wow, Xavier Rhodes got cut by the Vikings, man. Wow, he had just a really bad season this year though for Minnesota, like covering. I think he gave up like the largest amount of like catch completion rate to like receivers when he covered compared to like any other players in the secondary this year. Ohio State next season, yes, I do think that they should be back in the tournament next year for Ohio State. Yeah, we put ads on these videos. It's absolutely awesome to get some ads on these videos. MTG putting out, fell asleep while listening to Major League Baseball or NBA videos in my streams. When he woke up, it autoplayed to a full World Series game. Whoa. That's interesting there. The World Series game that had like over 4,000 videos. 4,000 views. Yep, Friday the 13th. But we'll get this through. We'll get through this together here, everybody. And before you know it, hopefully everything will be much better here, and we'll take a look back at it in the future and say that March 12th, 2020 was the worst day ever in the history of sports, and it's been a crazy 24 to 48 hours here. Everything that's just gone down. Yeah, no wonder why today has been so lucky. Jacob putting out here. Yeah, I think Dayton had a lot this year. Dayton, same as Seton Hall. Satan Hall is one of them for next season. If Miles Powell isn't like granted eligibility to come back, if those seniors aren't, that's a killer there. Marquette as well. I was taking a look at the betting lines. I think Virginia will be the favorite for next season. I think they're gonna get the Hauser. I think one of the Hauser brothers from Virginia. So I guess they're the betting favorite right now for Virginia. Hey, thanks so much, Jason, for stopping by here. I appreciate it. Oh, Hawkeye Nation's watching a 1998 Elite 8 URI against Stanford. That's awesome. I'm gonna put that one down. Because I was taking a look at any, like, URI games, and I couldn't really find, like, any URI games that were, like, full games. But I'm going to put that one down here. URI with Lamar Odom back in 1998. That was versus Stanford. If I can find a URI game, that'd be awesome. Yep, Hunter Henry today, franchise tagged by the LA Chargers. So yeah, basically all that remains is basically NFL free agency and the talk of Tom Brady. That's what the season will be about until like actual sports resumes here once again. What's my opinion about roadmen? I have no clue about roadmen or anything. Without MLB The Show 20, MTG would go nuts right now. Yeah, at least video games can keep you guys, like, into the know with sports when there's, like, nothing going on. Yeah, this is a really bad situation right now. I agree, all that Deuce, with all the collective bargaining stuff going on. Yeah, that'd be cool to do a Kobe game sometime. Hey, welcome in, Chicago Plays, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, brother. But yeah, we've been on for like a while, like an hour now or so. Everything's basically canceled. NASCAR was supposed to do both of their races for this week and next week, and I just got word they canceled earlier today. So they've decided to postpone those two races at Atlanta this week, Homestead, Miami next weekend. Oh, yep, I got it now. Am I going to cover NFL content on this channel? I will not, because I have another football channel, but that one just never really exploded like this basketball channel did. I'm probably just going to stick to the basketball for now, since this is the one that I'm monetized on. But I do plan to do some throwback streams here until we get like the NBA going on again. And then I do plan to upload some videos. I have some topics in mind that I want to do as well for like video topics. Oh, that would be awesome. URI against Oklahoma. If I can get a full game of that with that ridiculous 3-point shot. I think it was Jared Terrell of Rhode Island. I remember watching that one. I remember that was the first game of the tournament back in 2018. URI against Oklahoma. I remember I was at work and I was watching that game during my lunch break because I was at work that I was at work that day because I didn't have a stream. I didn't set up this YouTube channel yet. But if I can find out, Fats Russell stripped the ball from Trae Young and then just took a ridiculous 3, and the game went into overtime. That was an awesome game. What a way to start out the 2018 tournament. So, oh, Ryan's cat here, Smudge says hi. Well, hello to Smudge. As we get Smudge here. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here for everybody right now. But, yup, URI against Oregon. I remember that. I remember URI against Creighton when Rhode Island won against Creighton as an 11 seed back in 2017. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, I have the football channel, but the basketball stuff's been going like really well since we're monetized. The football channel one isn't really monetized, so like the majority of the content from like here on out will be on this basketball channel. But yeah, I got some. You guys were really helpful tonight, so this is awesome. We got a lot of good listed here games. My next stream that I plan on doing will be on Sunday. Not sure what time, so just make sure to turn on that notification bell. I'll post in the Discord when I do go live. Since I don't really have much going on Sunday. And I do plan to stream a throwback Loyola Chicago versus Miami, since that's going to be the 2-year anniversary to Loyola Chicago with the start of Cinderella run. Start out in the round of 64 2 years ago against the Miami Hurricanes, and it came down to a game-winning shot with a second remaining. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by here. I appreciate it. You guys were awesome here tonight. We're going to get through this all together here. Stay safe. Number one thing, make sure to wash your hands. Cover your sneezes. Just make sure to wash your hands for at least like 30 seconds as well, and just make sure to stay clean. If you guys are out, make sure you have like hand sanitizer. If you have to like go someplace, I'll be out tomorrow, so I'm gonna have like hand sanitizer with me in case I need to have it. But you guys were awesome here tonight. We're gonna get through this together here, everyone, and then hopefully before you know it, it'll be next year, and then it'll be tournament time, and then we'll just look back on last year. It'll be like, that was absolutely crazy, but praying for a much better tournament for 2021 here. Unfortunately, it didn't go through this season, but what we have right in front of us is a much bigger issue. And let's say a prayer tonight for everybody out here in the world. Stay healthy, everybody. Stay safe, and make sure to avoid large groups of people here, so we can stop the spread, and we can fight it, and we can beat this all together here, everybody. And big happy birthday to my man here, Ryan. He's gonna be 17. Hopefully you have the best birthday here ever. Just for tomorrow here, man. I hope, barring what's been going on here, brother, you can make it like the best possible that that you have here. It's unfortunate that it has to be this way for all the sports and everything, but hopefully I made you guys here. Yep, prayers for good health indeed. Hopefully everything will be good with everybody here. Hey, welcome in, Jose. Thanks so much for stopping by as well. Uncle Pizzle, my man. Stay safe out there, bud. Good to hear to you as well. Hugh, welcome in here. Hugh Joss, doing well with the name he puts out here. Classic name he's got going on. 1 a.m. I appreciate all for the dedication, Uncle Pizzle, my man. I'm gonna wrap up right now. We've done like an hour or so, so I just want to check in with you guys. Feel free to hit that notification bell so you guys do know when I go live for my next stream. I'm hoping to do Sunday with a throwback play-by-play for everybody from the March Madness tournament for 2 years ago. So before I sign off, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if anybody is a newcomer in the channel, first timer tonight, notification bell as well. Yes, I have heard of the Avatar Last Airbender. That was really popular, I think, like back in like the mid 2000s. I remember they put that stuff on, like it was the Airheads candy they used to advertise for that. Oof, manager of Uncle Pizzle's team Arsenal came down with it. Oh man. It's just so sad. We all gotta beat this together here. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. We all have to beat this together. And wishing and praying to everybody out there to stay safe here, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here, everybody. And make sure to take the precautionary steps so we can stop the spread of this virus and push on together here, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. You guys made my night. I'm so glad to chat with you guys here today by the night. Thank you all so much. And make sure, number one thing, keep on pushing forward here, everybody. And send a prayer out there to everyone tonight. Stay safe, everyone, and have a nice night.